I mean, 5-7 isn't the worst starting point, but it doesn't feel like a starting point to run it back and become a national championship contending team. I know that's probably taking a step too far in your opinion, Corey, but man, these have been a rough 2 seasons, man. It's been a really rough 2 seasons. Playoff appearance would be great, but it'd also be great to know that you show up to the playoff and you have a legitimate chance of winning it. I don't know if this is the way to do that.
Well, yeah, we'll see. Again, I think Tony White is a championship caliber defensive coordinator. I might be completely wrong on that, but I just like what that guy's about. I think he is a positive. He is a net positive for this program. And I think you need more Tony Whites in this program, frankly. I do think he holds guys accountable. He also challenges them. He also builds them up. And I think they do get real confidence from him. Does that make sense? Like, I do think that Jabril Rawls, when he heard, man, you're an NFL cornerback. You should be a day 1 draft pick. I think that filled Jabril Rawls with some confidence that he didn't have before. Same thing with Earl Little. Like, it was not false confidence. It was real confidence. When he said the Desir brothers were good and they're going to play, he wasn't lying. He wasn't blowing smoke. They can play, and they're good. And they both might be NFL players. Who knows? So I just like what that guy's about. In Malzahn, look, if they come back, I think when you say around the edges, I wasn't expecting an upheaval on the coaching staff. I think we all thought, at least I thought, when they said structural changes, they're talking about front office personnel and bringing in people. And Derek Ray's name is out there too. We should talk about that as well. A lot to talk about here on a Thursday. But I think they were talking about overhauling the front office and the way they evaluate and decide on personnel and rosters. And
but come on, you didn't think that both coordinators are going to be retained.
Well, no, but it wasn't because of, this is going to sound weird, but it's the truth. It wasn't because of the on-field performance of either coordinator. The reason I thought Gus was leaving is just because he wouldn't confirm that he was staying, and he didn't seem all that happy. You know what I mean? It wasn't like I thought he gave up or his offense was horrible. It was on the road there for 4 games.
And I think you guys on headlines weren't painting a picture. And listen, when I was on the sideline in Gainesville, I saw it firsthand. You guys really weren't painting a picture of this like great harmony body language wise, what you saw on the sideline between, Mike is 20 yards in front of Gus and just like almost 1,000-yard stare. Gus is like irritable. He's on the headset talking to somebody. It didn't seem like a really high performing, high functioning relationship. And I was like, well, we try, we're probably going to move on. That's like, and I'm not trying to put too many words in your guys' mouth, but like, that's the way I kind of interpret it. And what I saw in that field, it's like, all right, that's fine. They can move on and bring somebody else in. And it's like, well, they're going to keep this thing intact like that? That just
it wouldn't seem, but it wasn't like you watch this offense and when I know Jeff hates it, but it wasn't like you, and they certainly could be better, but it's not like you watch this offense at 25 is like, well, this is atrocious. This is an embarrassment. I mean, it was a competent offense that had some really good games, all of them at home, except for one in Virginia, and put up a lot of yards and a lot of first downs, and on the road, not many points, but. I was thinking about this because, look, man, no matter what happens, and we'll talk about Tom, if Gus comes back or not, they're going to need a quarterback. And my biggest complaint or my biggest worry with Gus, if he stays, is how do you convince a quarterback, like a legit one, a big-time one, to come play in this offense? And then I was thinking, and I think I heard Jeff and Tom mention this on the radio a couple days ago too, they were talking about how would you bring in a big-time receiver if Deuce leaves in the portal. If you were running this offense still. And what you would show them, if you showed them the all-22, and I hate to take shots at the quarterback.
Show Deuce's tape. I mean, if you want to replace Deuce. Well,
that too. Yeah. But maybe the kid isn't 6'6" and making all these crazy catches. But all the misses.
Yeah.
Like, they're going to look at Squirrel White's production and be like, why in the world would I come to that? But then, Danzy and McCoy, Danzy the first half of the season, McCoy the last month of the season, proved that they were capable receivers. And how many yards were left out there because of just poor throws? Yeah. Like, how many? And if you show a quarterback, like a quarterback that's worried about throwing lanes in this offense or making big plays in the middle of the field, because there weren't a lot of big plays in the middle of the field, and that's where good quarterbacks live, and that's where they want to attack. But if you showed them the all-22 and was like, look, man, he's wide open right there. And he sailed it 10 feet over his head. Or he's wide open right there, and he doesn't throw it on time or doesn't even see it. But you, Joe Johnson, you see this. You see how this offense works, and you see how wide open that is, and you would star in this offense.